Capricorn, tonight does not carry the same rhythm as yesterday. The night air itself feels heavier, like it is holding its breath, waiting for you to notice the shift. There is a door, unseen by most, hidden in the fabric of this moment. It is not carved of wood or stone, it is carved of destiny. And tonight, that door swings open in silence. This is the passage few ever walk through, the passage into the circle of the one cent. Not only wealthy in gold, but wealthy in power, wealthy in vision, wealthy in unshakable destiny. You have felt it all day, haven't you? That strange stirring within your chest, that whisper saying, "Something is different tonight, something is calling me." You are not here by mistake. You are standing at the edge of a threshold, designed only for the chosen. This moment is a divine appointment, written long before you knew its name. In the comments, declare these words: "I claim my wealthy destiny." Say it with conviction, so the vibration of those words seals your place in this new world. Stay close until the very end, Capricorn, because by the time this message completes, you will understand why tonight is the night your story of wealth, influence, and power finally begins. The hidden invitation. Capricorn, your life has never followed the straight, easy road. From the beginning, you have felt it, that invisible weight resting on your shoulders, the quiet awareness that your journey would demand more of you than it asked of others. You've always known you were different. Not meant to drift with the current, but to climb against it, step by step, breath by breath, on a mountain path where few had the courage to follow. While others were chasing comfort, you were learning how to live with lack. While others rushed to taste quick rewards, you discovered the discipline of waiting. And while the world applauded shortcuts, you endured the long, lonely road of sacrifice, building a foundation that could not be shaken. Capricorn, do you see it now? Nothing you endured was wasted. Every season of struggle was a hidden training ground. Every silent night of doubt was a classroom where your spirit learned endurance. And tonight, heaven acknowledges all of it. The unseen eyes that watched you weep in silence, the divine hands that carried you when your strength failed, they now extend to honor the price you've paid. The world of the 1% is not reached by luck. Luck fades. Luck cannot hold weight. The circle you are stepping into tonight is not built on chance. It is reserved for those who have carried patience like a shield, for those who wore resilience like armor, for those who did not quit when quitting would have been easier. Capricorn, these qualities are not borrowed for a season. They live in your bones. They are stitched into your soul. They are the silent proof that you were chosen long before wealth was even within reach. Now, picture this moment with me. A messenger arrives, clothed in quiet dignity. In their hand, a sealed envelope, not plain, not common, but rich in detail, its surface engraved with gold. And on it, your name shines brighter than the sun. You open it with trembling hands. Inside, the words are written with power. You are invited to the table where wealth is decided, where power is given, where destinies are shifted. That envelope, Capricorn, is your life. It has been sealed for years, hidden from sight, guarded until the moment you were ready. And tonight, this very night, the seal is broken. The invitation is no longer waiting. It has been released into your hands. This is the call to rise, to take your place among those who shape, build, and leave behind a legacy that others can only dream of. You are not outside the gate anymore. You are no longer the one overlooked in the shadows. Tonight, you step forward. Tonight, your name is announced. Tonight, the hidden invitation becomes your reality. The test that made you ready. Wealth without wisdom destroys. Power without patience corrupts. Capricorn, this is the truth the universe already knew about you. This is why you could not be rushed, why your steps had to be slowed, why your journey felt like a wilderness while others seemed to run ahead with ease. Do you see it now? The suffering was never random. It was not designed to break you. It was designed to refine you, like gold placed into fire, where the heat does not destroy, but burns away the impurities until only the purest form remains. Every betrayal you endured was not the end of your story. It was a test that deepened your discernment. Now you know who is for you and who was only pretending. Every rejection you carried like a wound was not punishment. It was training, teaching you to stand tall even when no applause was given. And every time you were overlooked while others were celebrated, it was the universe's way of sharpening your patience, of teaching you how to move in silence until the right moment. Capricorn, these were not losses. They were sacred lessons. They were the chisels shaping your soul into something unshakable. Others gain temporary success quickly, but quick success without roots collapses. You, however, were being given roots so deep that no storm could pull you out of the ground. The wealthy elite do not survive by chance. They do not hold their positions by luck. They endure because their inner foundation cannot be shaken. They carry not just money, but wisdom. Not just riches, but vision. They walk with clarity when others stumble in confusion. And you, Capricorn, were being prepared for this exact circle. Your pain was not wasted. It was the fire that made you unbreakable. Your waiting was not empty. It was the season where your vision was born. The nights you cried in silence, the mornings you rose with no strength but still kept moving, those were the very hours that carved a crown for you in the unseen. Tonight, that crown is placed upon your head. Not a crown of gold only, but a crown of vision, patience, and strength. A crown that no one can take because it was not given by man, it was forged by the fire of your trials. Capricorn, understand this. The ordinary mind cannot carry the weight you now hold. The average spirit could not have survived what you survived. That is why the invitation into the 1% world was not for them. It was always for you. And tonight, all the tests, all the delays, all the pain that once made no sense, they finally reveal their purpose. They were not there to stop you. They were there to prove that you are ready. Tonight's cosmic shift. Close your eyes for a moment, Capricorn, and pay attention. Tonight does not feel like last night. The air itself is different, almost alive, as if it carries a current running through every breath you take. It is charged, humming softly, like the sky before a great storm, like the ground trembling quietly before something powerful arrives. You may not hear thunder rolling across the heavens. You may not see lightning splitting the clouds. But deep in the unseen, something is moving. Something is rearranging. The universe is shifting pieces into place, pulling down barriers that once held you back, and opening paths that you could not force open on your own. It is as though a table has been set in a great unseen hall. Around this table sit those who make decisions that ripple across generations, those who shape the flow of wealth, power, and influence. And at that table, Capricorn, your seat has been waiting. For too long it has been empty, held in reserve, guarded, untouched. But tonight, the chair is pulled out. Tonight, you are being invited to sit where only a few are allowed. Wealth is not only counted in coins, it is energy. It is a vibration that changes how doors open, how people respond, how opportunities suddenly find you at the right time. It is alignment, your spirit, your mind, your actions, and the timing of heaven moving together as one. And tonight, something within you is aligning. Your heart beats differently. Your thoughts stretch wider than before. The vibration of your life is rising to meet opportunities that, tomorrow, will look like miracles. Not accidents, not coincidences, but evidence that your name has been spoken in places your feet have not yet walked. This is not imagination, Capricorn. This is not wishful thinking. This is timing, a divine orchestration that has been in motion long before you could see it. The delays you endured were the pauses needed to make sure this night arrived at the right hour. The struggles you carried were the fires that made sure you were strong enough to handle the shift. And now, the shift is here. It is subtle, yet undeniable. It is invisible, yet unshakable. It is the night when destiny itself reaches for your hand and guides you into a current that only the chosen experience. Capricorn, feel this truth in your spirit. Tonight is not a dream. It is not a passing feeling. It is the reality of destiny placing you in the flow of the 1%. You are not watching it happen for others anymore. You are not standing outside the gates wishing for an opening. You are inside. You are aligned. And from this night forward, everything begins to move differently. The character of the 1%, What separates the 1% from the rest? It is not greed. It is not arrogance. It is focus. Capricorn, you are not simply walking into wealth. You are walking into a circle where distractions cannot survive. This is a place where every moment counts, where every choice carries weight, and where every word you speak has the power to shift futures. The 1% are not defined by their possessions. They are defined by their discipline. They understand what is at stake, and they treat life not as a game to be played, but as a garden to be cultivated. Every action is a seed. Every habit is soil. Every decision grows into generations that will either thrive or crumble. And you, Capricorn, have been trained for this life through fire. You have known hunger, the hunger that empties your stomach, yes, but also the hunger of the soul, the longing for more when life gave you less. And because you have known hunger, you will never waste abundance. You will handle it with gratitude and respect, not as something you own, but as something you are entrusted with. You have known rejection, the sting of being pushed aside, the ache of watching doors close when you were ready to walk through them. And because of this, you will never treat access lightly. When the doors of influence swing open for you, you will walk through them with humility, understanding that not everyone is given the same grace. You will honor access because you understand the pain of being denied it. You have known loss, the kind of loss that shakes the ground beneath you, that takes from your heart what you thought you could never live without. And because you have known loss, you will not squander the treasures that remain. You will guard legacy, protecting the things that truly matter: family, truth, faith, destiny, with a strength that only the broken can carry. This is why you are being placed among the elite, not because of shallow desire, not because of temporary ambition, but because of character. Capricorn, the 1% are not superior because of what they have. They are set apart because of who they are. They are steady when others panic. They are focused when others scatter. They build when others waste. And you, Capricorn, carry the same spirit. This is the difference. Where the world seeks status, you seek substance. Where others want attention, you want impact. Where many crave recognition, you crave legacy. The table of the 1% is not filled with the loudest voices. It is filled with the strongest hearts. And yours has proven itself through years of silence, through seasons where you carried weight that should have crushed you, but instead, it built you. And now, as you take your seat, you are not seated because of desire. You are seated because of destiny. You are not welcomed because of greed. You are welcomed because of integrity. The invitation came to you because you have become the kind of person who will not waste what is entrusted. This is your truth, Capricorn. The wealthy elite are not chosen because of riches. They are chosen because of character. And your character has made you ready. Signs you are entering this new world. Capricorn, how will you know that the shift has begun? How will you recognize that you are no longer walking in the ordinary, but stepping into the rare atmosphere of the 1%? The signs will come, not loud, not obvious, but undeniable once they appear before you. First, people who once dismissed you will begin to respect you. Those who doubted your potential, those who spoke lightly of your name, those who walked past you without noticing. Suddenly, their tone will change. Their words will carry weight they never gave you before. It will not be because you begged for it, but because the energy around you has shifted. Respect follows presence, and when the vibration of your life rises, even the ones who ignored you are forced to acknowledge your light. Then, doors you once believed were sealed forever will begin to open. The job that rejected you may call back. The opportunity you thought had slipped away may return in a different form. Ideas you abandoned may find new life. Capricorn, the 1% world has a way of breathing air into what looked dead, reviving paths that once seemed impossible. It will feel like walking down a familiar street and suddenly finding a hidden passage that was invisible until now. And money will begin to flow from unexpected sources. Not from the places you strained and struggled, but from streams you never knew existed. It may appear as sudden offers, surprising partnerships, or resources flowing toward your vision without you chasing after them. This is because wealth, in its truest form, is attracted to alignment. When your spirit is aligned with your purpose, resources cannot resist you. They find you, they follow you, they multiply in your hands. Your circle too will change. Some will leave, and though it may sting, it will be necessary. Not everyone is meant to sit with you at the table of the 1%. Some will fall away quietly, others will resist, but let them go. For every hand that releases you, a stronger, more trustworthy hand will be given to you. Powerful allies, mentors, partners, souls who carry vision, wisdom, and strength will begin to appear in your life. These are not ordinary friends. They are divine connections, people aligned with the same energy of greatness you now walk in. And when all of this begins, remember this truth. The 1% world does not announce itself with fireworks. There will be no trumpet blast, no sudden explosion of noise to tell you it has arrived. It comes quietly, like the steady rise of a midnight river. At first, you may not notice the water climbing higher, but by morning, you will realize you are standing in a new land. A land of influence, a land of abundance, a land that was promised to you long ago. Do not resist these signs, Capricorn. Do not doubt them. This is not fantasy. This is not your imagination running wild. This is inheritance. This is the timing of heaven unfolding exactly when you are ready. And tonight marks the entry point. This is your confirmation. Your spiritual inheritance has arrived, right on time. What you must do tonight. Capricorn, tonight is not an ordinary night. It is not a night to sleepwalk through your hours as if nothing has changed. This night carries weight, and it demands awareness. It is not for distraction. It is not for routine. It is for alignment. Alignment of your spirit, your mind, and your destiny. Before you close your eyes to rest, there is something you must do. You must speak words that shape your tomorrow. Words are seeds, and tonight those seeds fall into fertile ground. Say them aloud with conviction, not as a whisper of doubt, but as a declaration of truth. I step into my wealthy destiny. I receive my place among the elite. Let those words move through the air. Let them echo in your spirit. Speak them until they feel carved into your very soul. Because tonight, the atmosphere listens. Tonight, your words are keys turning locks you cannot see. Then take a pen and paper and write down 3 intentions for your future wealth. Not intentions born of greed, not shallow wishes of material gain, but intentions that align with the higher purpose of your life. Write of wealth that builds, not only for you, but for others. Wealth that heals wounds, that restores brokenness, that carries meaning beyond numbers. Wealth that sustains families, creates opportunities, and builds legacies that last far beyond your lifetime. Do not rush this. Sit in silence as you write. Feel the weight of each intention, as though you are planting a tree that will one day shelter countless lives. These are not ordinary words on paper. These are instructions you are handing to destiny itself. And when you have written them, do not hold them with fear. Release them with gratitude. Say thank you, because it is already done. Let gratitude be the posture of your heart. Why gratitude? Because gratitude is the password to the door. Those who beg remain outside the gate. Those who complain are never trusted with more. But those who thank, even before their hands hold the promise, are the ones who prove they are ready for abundance. The wealthy elite do not beg, they thank. They walk in the energy of knowing, not the energy of lack. They speak as if the promise has already arrived. And Capricorn, that is the vibration your spirit must rise to tonight. Do not allow doubt to poison your words. Do not allow fear to cancel your declaration. Stand in faith, speak with power, write with clarity, and rest in gratitude. Because what you do tonight is not small. It is the alignment that ensures tomorrow greets you with open doors. The responsibility of the elite. Capricorn, remember this truth. The 1% world is not only about what you gain. It is not only about what you hold in your hands. It is, above all, about what you give back. You are being trusted, not just with resources, but with something far more powerful. Influence. The kind of influence that shapes families, that changes communities, that rewrites stories for those who once believed they had no chance. Your wealth is not for vanity. It is not given to you so that you can simply display it. It is not meant for shallow applause or empty recognition. It is for impact. It is for purpose. It is for legacy that reaches beyond your own lifetime. With it, you will heal. You will become a restorer of broken systems, a comfort to those who thought they would never rise again. Through your example and your generosity, healing will flow into places long forgotten. With it, you will rebuild, not only in the physical sense, but in the spiritual and emotional sense as well. You will rebuild confidence in people who lost it. You will rebuild faith in those who were close to giving up. You will rebuild dreams in souls who thought their time had already passed. And with it, you will show others that resilience leads to reward. Your story will not just be about your own wealth. It will stand as a living testimony that endurance is never wasted, that those who keep moving forward, no matter how hard the road becomes, will always find their moment of recognition. Capricorn, your destiny as part of the wealthy elite is not selfish. It was never about keeping everything for yourself. It was never about rising so high that others could no longer reach you. It is about service. It is about stepping into a role where your abundance becomes a lifeline for others. This is why you were chosen. This is why you were refined through fire, because the responsibility placed on your shoulders is sacred. Your place among the wealthy elite is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of divine service. Claim your seat. Capricorn, tonight is not ordinary. Tonight is the turning of a page, the opening of a chapter that destiny has been waiting to write. Tonight, you step into the world of the 1%. You do not arrive here by chance. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. You arrive here because you were called. Because your path was carved with precision, and every hardship you endured was part of a greater plan. You do not take this seat out of greed. You take it because of destiny. This circle was not prepared for everyone. It was prepared for those who endured the fire and came out shining like gold. It was prepared for those who proved with their life, with their patience, and with their resilience that they could be trusted with influence, with abundance, with legacy. Capricorn, this is you. This is your moment. So take a deep breath. Feel the weight of this truth settle into your bones. Lift your head high, stand tall, and claim what was always waiting for you. Type once more in the comments, I claim my wealthy destiny. Let your spirit agree with your words. Let your declaration echo into the unseen so that every barrier knows it cannot stand in your way anymore. If this message has stirred your spirit, if you felt the shift within you as you listened, then stay close to this channel. There are more revelations waiting for you, and I don't want you to miss what is still to come. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let your soul be fed daily with truth, with encouragement, with vision. Capricorn, the table is prepared. The seat has always carried your name. And tonight, you rise.